What's up you guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys didn't know, November is Diabetes Awareness Month, which I also just found out. So I decided I'd film a video showing a day in my life with type 1 diabetes. Just for some context, I was diagnosed with diabetes on September 29th of this year, so it's been about a month and a half since I found out that I have diabetes, so I'm definitely very new to this. Yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to all of this, but I thought it would still be interesting for me to show you guys what my life is like and the adjustments I've had to make. So I guess I should probably put some disclaimers for this video. First of all, this is not a how-to video, like it's not a tutorial. Don't like follow exactly what I do or anything like that. I'm just making this video to show people who don't have diabetes or who are curious about what it's like. I'm just kind of showing how I live my life. Definitely talk to your doctor if you have diabetes and you want to like adjust things or anything like that. And second of all, I am new to this, so I'm definitely not doing everything perfectly. Not that anyone does anything perfectly, but I'm still learning and I'm still trying to figure out how my body reacts to insulin and how to time my insulin dosages and the food I eat and all that stuff. There's literally so much that goes into it. So if you see me doing something that you think I shouldn't be doing, I mean, feel free to leave a comment below, but be nice, I guess, because still brand new to this stuff. Anyway, let's just get started. So the first thing I do in the morning every day is I check my blood sugar, and I use my CGM, which is my continuous glucose monitoring system thingy. I use the Freestyle Libre. It's just a little thing that attaches to my arm, and it's on it all the time. It doesn't hurt or anything, like you can't feel it, but there's like a tiny little needle that just kind of stays into your skin. And based on my understanding, it measures not your blood, but it measures the sugar in your interstitial fluid or something like that, so like the fluid in between. I don't really know how it works, but yeah, so it's not exact. The most exact thing is to prick your finger, which I do once in a while, but it's close enough that you can still use the readings on it. I have the Freestyle Libre app on my phone, and basically all you do is you just hold your phone up to the scanner and then it scans, and it's really nice because it goes through clothes and everything like that. Looking at my graph, it shows you what your graph is like overnight. So right now I'm at 6.1, which is great, but as you guys can see, I was low basically the whole night. So this this is not good. This happens sometimes when I drop too quickly, I guess. I was low for like the entire night. I'm kind of confused about, because usually this doesn't happen. Just checking what I scanned yesterday, I was at 7.7 before I went to bed, which is like a okay number. Like it's not super high or anything, so I don't know why I dropped so low. I think that means I need to adjust my basal insulin, but I think I'm gonna leave it for now because maybe this was just like a one-off thing and I randomly dropped low. I don't really know. Being low is bad, and I will talk about why later, but I want to eat breakfast right away, so I'm gonna start talking about my insulin. If you guys didn't know, if you're type 1 diabetic, you are completely dependent on insulin because your pancreas has just stopped producing it. So I have my insulin here. I use pens. I have two. I have my long-lasting one here and I have my short-acting one. So I inject myself with my long-lasting one once a day in the morning, and then this one I do with every meal, or if I have a snack that has more carbs in it, because carbs are what cause your blood sugar to rise. So of course, I also have my needles. I just use these small little ones. They're not too bad. So this morning for breakfast, I'm gonna have pancakes. So I'm going to do what's called pre-bolusing, which is when you inject yourself with insulin a little bit before you start eating, so your insulin has a chance to start working and then peak as your food digests. So kind of like match together. So first thing you do is you have to prime your needles. So I don't know if you guys saw that insulin come out, but yeah, prime the needle first, and then I just dial it. Hello. And then I just dial it to the amount that I need to inject myself. I inject myself on my stomach. You can also inject yourself into your arm in this part, or into your thigh, which is where I inject my long-lasting one. Stomach is definitely the easiest one because you can see it, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why, I guess, for me at least. I've tried to do it into my arm before, but I just like end up shaking my hand too much and it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna inject myself into my stomach. I don't know if you can see, but the needle is very, very thin. You can like barely see it, but yeah, it's a very small needle, so it doesn't really hurt. unless you inject yourself wrong, which I kind of do often, because as I said, still kind of getting used to it. But you have to inject yourself like perpendicular to your skin, otherwise it is gonna hurt. Just gonna find a spot on my stomach and make sure that it is in a spot that I injected myself recently, because you need to rotate your spots, otherwise like fat will develop under your skin or something like that, and then it won't absorb the insulin as well, which is not good. And then I push the needle down and then I hold it for 10 seconds. And this is just to make sure that I get all of the insulin into my body. And then after 10 seconds, I really slowly pull it out. Oh, I messed it up. Sometimes when I pull it out too fast, I'll like kind of like push it and then some insulin will come out. But I don't think I got too much coming out, so that was good. Anyway, now I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes to make sure that I start eating in 10 minutes, because if I start eating too late, then, you know, the insulin will kind of start reaching its peak too early, and, you know, everything is just gonna get messed up. And I'm gonna quickly do my long-lasting insulin, and then it's breakfast time. So long-lasting insulin is exactly the same procedure. Just, you know, put the needle onto the little pen, and then prime it, and inject. Here's breakfast. I just heated up some leftover pancakes, topped it with some banana and pear slices, hemp seeds, because I love hemp seeds so much, cinnamon, coconut, and some pumpkin seeds, and yeah, here it is. Alright, so it's about 12 o'clock now, and I'm gonna check my blood sugar again. I mean, I've been checking it pretty often since I've had breakfast, because I check my blood sugar so much, just because it's really easy. Like, literally all you have to do is just tap it, and then, you know, it shows you what your blood sugar is. Anyway, it's important to do it 2 to 3 hours after you eat, so you can kind of see where your blood sugar is at, if the amount of insulin you gave yourself was either too much or too little. I'm gonna check it now. And I'm at 7.7, and if you look at the arrow, it's going straight, which means I'm going pretty steady right now, which is a good thing. I didn't spike too much after breakfast. I think I went up to about 9 or so, which is pretty good, and it brought me up pretty slowly, as you can see on the graph. Like, it didn't just spike up super fast, so I'm happy with that. And 7.7 is a good number to be in. I know my range is between 4 and 9. That's kind of where I try to stay. It is tricky though, because so many different things affect your blood sugar, and it's hard to, you know, predict all of the different factors, because there's just so many. I'm gonna eat in about, I don't know, like 10 minutes or so, so I'm gonna pre-bolus again. First I'm gonna check what my blood sugar is at. It's at 7.6, so I'm gonna give myself 3 units. So I have primed my needle, and now I'm going to inject myself again. So I'm gonna set another timer now, just to make sure that I actually do start eating on time. So here it is, and I'm gonna go prepare my lunch now. Also, this is my ginormous sharps container, so it's just where I put all my needles after I'm done using them, because we do not want to, you know, poke people by accident. And I also thought I'd talk quickly about eating lower carb. So recently I have been trying to eat, not low carb, like I'm not keto or anything like that, but I'm trying to, I guess, be more mindful of the carbs that I eat, because I don't want my blood sugar to go wild and spike super high, because I feel gross when that happens. So for example, for breakfast this morning I had pancakes, but I used pretty much all almond flour instead of normal flour, so that was one kind of switch that I did. And for lunch I'm gonna have a salad with some kabocha squash, which does have carbs in it, but I guess it's a bit like higher in carbs, I don't really know. But I find that carbs from vegetables and fruits don't really affect me as much as more like processed carbs, I guess, like rice and pasta and those kind of things, so I'm trying to eat more of that. And honestly, I am enjoying it. I'm exploring new like flavor combinations and stuff like that, and I've also increased my fat intake quite a bit, so I'm eating a lot more things like tahini, nut butters, avocado, all those sorts of things. Since I'm lowering my carb intake, I want to make sure I'm still getting, you know, enough calories and that I feel nice and satisfied after my meals. So there's another little tidbit of information. I know a lot of people who have diabetes eat like pretty low carb, but for me that just isn't, I don't know, like realistic, I guess, for me, because I like eating carbs, and if I were to cut them out, like not completely, but if I were to eat a lot less, then I just wouldn't feel my best. Here's lunch. I will say I'm probably gonna, oh, that's tragic. I'm probably gonna eat a little bit more than this, like probably more of the salad part. Got some kabocha squash, kale, pomegranate, cucumber, apple, and some avocado, and roasted chickpeas on top, and I am very excited to eat this. I actually really do enjoy salads, especially when they're not just like iceberg lettuce or something boring. Like this kind of salad is the salad that I will eat. So I'm gonna go on a quick walk now, just because it's super nice outside. The skies are like nice and blue and it's so pretty. It's been super cold the past few days, so I'm glad that it's warming up a little bit because I hate winter so much. But going on walks also helps my blood sugar not spike too much. Before, when I first got diagnosed and I had like no idea what I was doing with my insulin, my blood sugar would spike so high, and I found that pretty much the only thing that would really help was going on a walk after I ate, and that honestly helped so much. Like, it was actually crazy how much lower it would bring my blood sugar. And also just like help stabilize it. Like, yeah, walking is very underrated. I feel like with walking you wouldn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it actually does make a pretty big difference. But whenever I leave the house to go on walks or anything like that, I always make sure I have low supplies, because when your blood sugar goes low, it's super dangerous. You're prone to fainting and seizures, and it's just not good. Also, the more often that you go low and like stay low, the less your body will react to it. So then your body will just eventually just like kind of stop reacting, and yeah, it's just not a good thing. So I always make sure I have things to treat low blood sugar. I usually don't go low during the day because I check my blood sugar so often, and when I see the down arrow, or when I'm around like the low 4 range, so like from 4 to like 5-ish, like just kind of around there. Well, first of all, I'll usually start feeling symptoms anyway, so I'll start getting super shaky and I can't concentrate, and I can feel that I'm going low. So yeah, so then I'll treat it earlier, and I'll usually eat some kind of food. So my go-to are these Made Good bars. I used to eat these a lot before I was diabetic actually, but they're really nice because they're, I think, 15 or so grams of carbs. Yeah, they're like around 15 grams of carbs, so that'll definitely bring my blood sugar up. But if I'm low, or if I need something that's like really, really fast, then I will eat Dextrose tablets. So these are the Dextrose tablets that I have. It does say orange on the packet, but I have a grape flavor in it right now. Oh, I don't know if you can see the dust going everywhere. This is what they look like. They're just these round tablets, and you basically just chew on them and it brings your blood sugar up super fast because it's pretty much pure sugar. They kind of remind me of Rockets, just bigger, and I think they taste pretty similar to Rockets, maybe a little bit less chalky. They taste okay, but in a time of need, these are great. Anyway, when I go on my walk right now, I'm going to bring this. I don't think I'm gonna need my granola bar, but I'm gonna bring it too. I'm actually bringing my whole backpack because I'm gonna go pick up some stuff from the library. So I'm gonna have all my stuff in it anyway, but if I'm ever like going on a walk, it's really annoying to have to carry, you know, my Dextrose tablets and, you know, my granola bars and all that kind of stuff. But it is important because going low is something I need to be aware of and something I need to treat right away if it happens, so I need to have that stuff. It's just part of the diabetes life. So say that I do go low and I happen to faint or have a seizure or something like that, something that's also really important to have is a medical alert bracelet. So I've been wearing medical alert bracelets my entire life since I have allergies, so yeah, I've always had that medical alert bracelet, and it just listed my allergies and said that I need an EpiPen. But now, since I have diabetes, I've upgraded, and I have one that also includes the fact that I am a type 1 diabetic. So if someone does find me lying on the ground, they'll hopefully see my bracelet and look at it and be like, oh, she has diabetes, she probably fainted because she has low blood sugar. Look at how blue the sky is. It's so pretty outside. I love going on walks, but it makes me really sad when it's like super cold out and I can only walk around inside because like it's like -40. So I'm really thankful that today it's nice out so I can actually walk outside. Alright, so it's again been about 2.5 hours since I last ate, so I'm gonna check my blood glucose quickly. And I'm at 9.4, which is a little bit on the higher side, but you know, it's not too bad. So it's 3 o'clock now, and I'm meeting one of my friends to go climbing at 4. So I want to have a snack before I go, and if I was lower, I'd probably eat something that has a little bit more carbs in it, just to make sure I don't go low while I'm working out, because that's literally the most annoying thing. It's happened to me a few times now, and it's just so annoying because I have to stop working out, eat something, and then wait for my blood sugar to go back to normal, and yeah, it's so annoying. Since my blood sugar is a little bit higher, I should be okay just eating a snack with a little bit of carbs, but you know, not too much, I guess. Also, as you guys should be able to see on the graph, I kind of like went down and then I spiked up, and I think that's because I gave my insulin a little bit too early, because my blood sugar started going down from the insulin, but my food hadn't exactly digested yet. So that's what that little spike was, and then it kind of spiked again when I went on my walk. Next time, I'll make sure to take it a little bit later, just so my blood sugar doesn't spike like that. Because spikes also aren't a great thing on the blood sugar graph. Like you want it to be like a nice little smooth river. That's what my diabetic nurse told me. Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've updated you, but climbing was really fun. My blood sugar stayed pretty steady. It was around like this time that I was climbing, so it did spike a little bit from that snack I had, but it kept me steady while I was rock climbing, and I didn't go low or anything like that, which is great. And then I had some sushi for supper, and I actually, instead of just using sushi rice, I also mixed with some cauliflower rice to, you know, keep the carbs down a little bit. I hate talking about counting carbs and that kind of stuff because it just feels like I'm like on a diet or something, which I guess I kind of am on a diet. I'm on like a diabetes diet. I mean, I don't want it to make it seem like, you know, I'm like obsessing over it or anything, but I'm just eating less carbs to try and keep my blood sugars a little bit more in control. But honestly, I kind of like the cauliflower rice. Give it a nice crunch, and like it doesn't taste like anything. Like it doesn't taste different or anything like that, and the sushi still worked pretty well, so I would recommend. I pre-bolus 4 units 10 minutes before I started eating, like I did for my other 2 meals today, and as you can see now, I'm at 11.4, so still a little bit high, and it looks like I'm still going up, so I think I'm gonna go on a little walk just to, you know, try and bring it down just a little bit. Hopefully it'll bring it down. I don't know how much higher it's gonna go up to, so hopefully if I walk it'll just kind of stay at this point, because 11.4 also isn't too high. I mean, it's not high for me, it might be high for some people, but just comparing it to where I was like even like 2 weeks ago, like I would spike to like 15 after my meals like all the time, and I was always like way higher. And yeah, I'm really glad that I've kind of figured things out a bit more and I don't go as high, because personally when I have high blood sugar I get really like, I wouldn't say I have a headache, but my head feels super cloudy and I can't concentrate. I mean, I guess it kind of feels like a headache, but almost more like fuzzy rather than like a stabbing pain, if that makes sense. And it's just not a good time. I feel my best when I have high blood sugar in range of like between 4 to 9. I like to try and keep it there, and it also prevents, you know, other complications in the future that I'm not going to get into because I don't even really know what they are, but there's a lot of complications that can happen if you have high blood sugar often. So that's another reason why I want to keep it in my range. So I'm gonna go on a walk now, I guess. I really don't want to go on a walk because I just want to like stay here and watch YouTube videos and also get homework done. But I know that I need to, you know, prioritize my health or whatever. All right, so it's 10 o'clock now, and the last thing I want to do before I end this vlog is check my blood sugar using my... I literally don't even know what this is called. But I thought I'd show you guys how I check my blood sugar, not using my Freestyle Libre, but using this little thing instead. And again, this isn't like a tutorial or anything like that, but I just thought I would show you guys in case you're curious on how you check your blood sugar using one of these things. I literally can't remember what it's called. Is it called a glucometer or is that something else? I don't actually know. There's too many diabetes supplies, but I have these test strips that I use. Come in this little jar. Look like this, put it inside of this thing, turns on, and then it is asking for blood. So for some reason I mess this thing up every single time I do it because I just cannot get it right, but this is the needle. It comes in like a ton of fun colors, so love that. You put it in here. Oh my gosh, hello? Okay. Clearly I'm very good at this. I don't use this very often, so that's why I struggle. I try and do it at least like twice a week just to, you know, make sure I don't completely forget how to do it. I just set it to 2 because my skin isn't super thick. This just determines how, like, the force it will, you know, poke your skin at, so 2 is like not super hard. Okay, there we go. I think we are good. So I'm gonna do it on this finger, and you just gotta make sure you push your finger on it hard, and oh, I don't think I did that hard enough. Nope, that literally didn't do anything, so let's try that again. Why isn't this working? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, there we go. Now I gotta milk the blood, so I gotta push it out. Oh no, I don't think I did it hard enough. Is that enough blood? I don't think it is. That's not enough blood. Come on, get out. that enough? I think that was good. Yes, it was enough. Okay. Let's see what it's at. What are you? Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. I'm not doing that again. I don't want to do that again. Oh, or should I? I should probably just do it again, shouldn't I? Okay, let's see if I can get any more blood out of this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, gotta work fast. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. I promise that this is not how it goes every time. I'm usually better at this. But we're really just struggling over here. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. 14.4. Okay, well, that's not good. I knew I was going high before because I was looking at my Freestyle Libre, but 14.4 is definitely high, so that's not good. Now there's like dried blood on my finger, but whatever. Anyway, after you do that, you just go like this and take the needle out. Boom. We did it. Okay, I'm gonna check my blood sugar. That's weird. This says that I'm at 12.3. That's like really off. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Usually, at least when I've checked the two, the max difference has been is like maybe like 0.5 millimoles per liter. But based off this, it's like 2 millimoles per liter off, which is like a lot. So I don't really know why. It might be because I have high blood sugar. So, I mean, maybe, yeah, my Freestyle Libre is just confused. So that is everything that I want to kind of include in this video of a day in my life with type 1 diabetes. I hope you guys maybe learned something and got some fun facts out of this video and just kind of learned a bit more about type 1 diabetes, because that's ultimately the reason why I decided to film this video in the first place. So I'm basically just gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna check my blood sugar again before I go to sleep just to make sure it's not too low. If it was too low, then I'd have to have like a small snack or something like that just to make sure it doesn't like plummet again during the night like it did last night. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below. I'll try and answer them if I can. And if you have any tips, you can leave them down below too. But again, I am pretty new to this, so keep that in mind. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.